2. If you guys happen to miss part 1, make sure you go back and watch.
Payback.
Payback.
It was a bitch.
It was a bitch because. Were you entertained?
A little bit. I mean,
it wasn't Fastlane, but
yeah,
it was more entertaining than that.
Everybody
entertaining than that.
How we feel about Fastlane.
Yeah, Fastlane. Stop doing that.
I kind of felt like Payback was just a Sunday Night Raw.
Sunday Night Raw
with an I Quit match involved. Like, I mean, without the I Quit match, there's nothing special about what happens. You know, Fatal 4-Man match, alright, that was cool, you know.
Yeah. And like I said, what did I say they were going to do? They were going to do their little shield shit, you know.
Yeah, he called that. He called that. Yeah, you know.
I mean, yeah. The Dolph Ziggler match, that was okay. It was, like you said, Sunday Night Raw.
Yeah.
He bled, though. He bled. Blood. There was blood. But Sunday Night Raw.
It felt like it was just Sunday Night Raw. I mean, the Cena versus Rusev match, I was getting annoyed of it.
He was. He slapped me a text.
It was a good match.
And I wasn't watching it.
You know, my whole thing to me is like the I Quit matches, they don't happen very often.
Yeah.
But when they do happen, I look forward to them because there's a legit amount of creativity that goes into like what can they do to hurt each other.
Right.
You know, what is this guy thinking about? What is this guy going to do? Mm-hmm. And everything, I mean, if you went to the pyrotechnics.
That was pretty cool.
That was pretty tight.
Yeah.
You know, they pulled out the rope. Ripped the rope off the corner.
Yeah.
That was cool.
They,
I mean,
they stepped their game up.
Yeah. It was.
At first, it was like, you know.
To me, the referee was what made it annoying.
Exactly.
You know, because I've seen I Quit matches in the past.
Mm-hmm.
One of my, I could say my favorite John Cena match of all time was an I Quit match, and I could say that my favorite I Quit match of all time was
that
JBL? Against
awesome.
JBL.
That was John Cena's best match to me.
It was an amazing match.
Awesome.
His best match was the best I Quit match.
That was like, for all you wrestling fans out there, like Tully Blanchard against Magnum TA.
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
Awesome I Quit match.
It was an amazing match, and to me, it's like, you know, you watch all those matches and you don't have a referee going, "Are you ready to quit?"
Yeah.
And that to me was getting annoying. Yeah. I'm like, for real? As soon as you see Rusev drop kick him, I'm like, he's gonna ask him if he wants to quit.
Plate sends me a text.
You ready to quit?
This I Quit match is corny as fuck. Like, I'm not even watching it at the time, you know what I'm saying?
Exact words.
So when I came home and I watched the match, I'm like, wait a minute, this is alright, but, you know.
Towards the end, I, you know, my opinion of it changed when I was like, alright, I'm not going to let this weird-ass referee, do you quit yet? I'm not going to let that, I'm going to watch the match.
Yeah.
And once they got into the crowd and once they started doing that, you know, what you expect an I Quit match to be, that's when I was like, okay, it was really a good match.
And the thing is, the referee shouldn't be shoving the microphone in dude's face.
Yeah.
The wrestler, grab that mic, you know.
Yeah.
Do that, or if the ref has it, let the wrestler ask you to ask him if he quits.
Because that's really quit.
You know? Not referee
really quit.
You know, you did an arm drag or something. Do you quit? You know, come on.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I want somebody to go on a WWE network and count exactly how many times the ref asked, and send us a comment. Please do that.
Yes.
We would appreciate it. We will give you a shout out.
Yes.
Because to me, I think it was at least in the 30s,
Yeah.
and I was getting annoyed.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, there ain't supposed to be this much talking in the wrestling match. So. Staying on the whole Cena category, Monday Night Raw.
My man,
Owens.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
I've been waiting and waiting and waiting for this guy to get to the big leagues. You know, I didn't know he was going to go through NXT first, but perfect. And he's the champ. And he's going against the big dog with a title. And I hope to God that he whoops Cena and takes that belt.
That'd be amazing. That would be a huge step for WWE.
Kevin Owens, you know, he's always going to be Kevin Steen to me, but I'm going to respect him and respect the, you know. Kevin Owens is the shit.
Think of like
For people who haven't seen him wrestle,
think of all the former ROH wrestlers that have a WWE belt right now.
Cesaro,
Seth Rollins,
Seth Rollins,
Kevin Owens,
Kevin Owens, Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan.
He just had to surrender his
he
title,
had to surrender
but
the shit.
you know,
I'm like,
look at all these wrestlers that we just named that are up here. Okay, CM Punk.
CM Punk.
You know, I mean, ROH breeds these talented
wrestlers.
guys, and
Great
Samoa
wrestlers.
Joe is on his way back to WWE. So
ROH
it's
was
another
pissed
one.
off.
You know, it's where you really cut your teeth there,
Mhm.
and you really, you know, it's awesome. And I'm still pissed off about the whole Briscoe thing.
Yeah.
Briscoes need to be.
That will always
in-
hurt my heart.
Yes, they need to be.
They gotta
in
bring
the
him in
WWE.
sometime. They gotta bring him in.
They
sooner
need
or
to be
later.
there.
Like, I can't believe that it hasn't happened.
Right.
Like, why not? Bring him in as a tag team.
Yes. I mean, if you want the tag team division, to really,
Yeah.
man,
Yeah.
you kidding me? The Briscoes? You know, I love War Machine too. Them
Yeah.
dudes are awesome.
Yeah.
You know, they still,
Can't
you know,
bring 'em all
let
in.
them develop. They still
Yeah.
got a couple years.
I'm saying.
They still no, not yet.
ROH
They're not
won't
ready
have
yet.
nobody.
No. They lose them in this, you know.
ROH will have
Let them take over. Let them
Yeah.
get the titles.
Yeah.
Let them, you know, a couple years, and you know, bring them up. You know, because right now, I don't know what's going on with the writing with WWE, but it's not good. You know, no disrespect to you guys, but Jesus, man, this whole authority thing is giving me a headache.
Yeah, let's get
Hurry up, play it out. What it's gonna be, you know, and Sting. Where the hell is Sting?
Yeah, I was wondering that. I'm wondering where the hell is Sting and where
What
the hell is Brock
was
Lesnar?
the whole point of him coming?
Where the hell is Brock Lesnar?
Where's
at?
Brock? I mean, there's a few people out there.
'Cause I thought for sure he'd be coming back on Monday Night Raw. I was watching Monday Night Raw thinking,
Right.
Brock's coming back tonight. The night after a pay-per-view, yeah, he's coming back.
And something that's kind of irking me, hurt my heart a little bit. Curtis Axel. I mean, it's funny, you know. The joke has been told. I mean, you got to be you. You're the son of a Hall of Famer, legend, one of the greatest professional wrestlers ever, and you're pretending to be Hulk Hogan. I mean, Damian Sandow is a great wrestler. I remember when he came here to Jamestown for SmackDown. He wasn't Damian Sandow at the time. He was Idol Stevens. And he came out with his two chicks, and, you know, a lot of people don't remember that. But he's a great wrestler. Why is he being Macho
I
Man?
think those guys can make a great tag team
Yeah.
without the
Without the gimmick.
gimmick.
Yes.
But I personally love the gimmick. I don't know why. I don't know why, because usually I don't fall into these kind of things. But I'm like, to me, it's kind of like, it's nostalgia. It's kind of like, it's not necessarily that they're pretending to be or making fun of the guys. I think it's more like a tribute.
True.
And I don't know how far they're gonna
But
get.
they
You know.
see, I think it's went too far already. One time on Monday Night Raw or at the pay-per-view, fine. Don't continue with it, because I'm gonna tell you what. Jay Lethal somewhere like shaking his head, you know, when he was doing the Macho Man thing, the machismo, whatever the hell it was, in TNA, and he sounds just like Macho Man, and he had it down to a T. So it's kind of like you're copying somebody who's copying somebody,
Yeah.
you know. So yeah, I just think that, you know, wrestlers like that, and they're good wrestlers.
Yeah, they
you
make
know,
a great tag team.
They
just
should,
went
if
back
they
to
want
who
to,
they are.
yeah, if you want to really build that tag team division, do that or let them be them. Personally, I liked when Damon Sandow was an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
He was that
you're
intelligent
welcome.
dude. Yeah.
So, some people say it was a cross between the model Rick Martel and Lanny Poffo, but hey, I found it very entertaining. But it is what it is. So creative at WWE, step your game up.
Yeah.
TNA, I don't know what's going on there. I've been hearing a lot of rumors about Destination America's not really pleased with the outcome so far, but they said it's the #1 show on the network, so what's the beef?
That doesn't make sense.
That makes no sense. I mean,
#1 show on the network, but they're not happy with how
they want all the fans that were watching Spike TV, but you have to realize something for people who have like cable boxes. Those are the upper channels, Destination America. A lot of people just have cable wires, just plug it straight into their TV, so they're not getting that channel. So
I'm almost certain that maybe hardcore TNA fans might have went and got that upgraded cable package just to watch TNA. But it just, for me, it's kind of like, what's the point?
Yeah.
So I'm hoping people ain't doing that. Cause,
my thing is, storylines there, they really need help because you have big guys like Brodus Clay that are playing a punk, playing a pussy. I mean, come on, man. You know what I mean? You need to have Ken Anderson way up there. He needs he should be champion right now.
Like I'm cool with Brodus Clay being the enforcer and being the big dude.
But enforce,
he's being a
bitch. Good lord, man.
And to me, it's like I kind of liked Brodus Clay when he was in the WWE. Even when he took up the Funkasaurus moniker, I liked him until he did the Tons of Funk and
that was
a disaster. But I kind of liked him, as a wrestler, and some of the characters he was pulling off because he went from being Mr. Badass to being I'm gonna dance and joke and goof off and have cheerleaders, and he put on a show. He came in WrestleMania with a whole bunch of old ladies and did the. He put on a show.
Better tell your mama.
Yeah, so he was kind of fun to watch, but TNA, he's not doing anything.
Nah.
So TNA, they gotta use the talent that they got.
Right, they're just misusing their talent. Like, it's like you watch the show and it's like, it could be so much more. It could be really, really big,
I'm glad. The one thing that I do like about TNA is their women's division. Their women's division, to me, is the best in wrestling.
It's better than some of the guys, man. Honestly.
I think maybe NXT's women division can maybe, just because they have longer matches.
Right.
I was just watching this interview. It was the Bella Twins were being interviewed by some guy. I don't know the guy's name. But they were talking about how they're kind of jealous of the girls at NXT because, like the NXT Championship match, when they have a pay-per-view, it's a 20-minute long match.
Right.
And there's no commercials with NXT, so it goes right into the next match.
Yeah.
Where with WWE, they throw in their own commercials during the pay-per-views. So it's like these girls can only have a 6-minute long match.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's a tag team match.
Right.
And it's like, so you got 4 divas out there having a 6-minute match. In the meantime, you got these girls from NXT who aren't as experienced, who, aren't getting paid as much, but they're getting a 20-minute long match to really show what they're capable of.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, like, maybe that's where NXT might have a jump on TNA, but for the most part, TNA, just their overall, the amount of talent that they have in terms of the women on their roster, and the storylines are great, and I'm really happy with what they're doing, because it feels like I'm still waiting for the day that we see a women's main event match. And we had that one night where it was all women's matches the whole entire night, and that was kind of cool, to say, we could have an entertaining night of wrestling.
Them chicks are good enough to carry a show. Hats off to them. You got Kong, you got Taryn Terrell, you got with her with the Dollhouse. You got all these talented Brooke.
Gail Kim.
Gail Kim. You got all these talented, a lot of them are veterans too.
Yeah. There's a lot of talent on that women's roster. And to me, it's like, I look at it and I'm like, there's a lot of old WWE divas. Yeah. There's a lot of I mean, Gail Kim, I remember her when she was with WCW, and it's like, you know, you go back and look, wow, like they took, you know, they're breeding their own women wrestlers. You know, Terrence Rowe was a referee. What they're doing with their women roster, it's just amazing. And that is the one thing that TNA's
they have the best storylines. I mean, better than the guys' storylines.
Yeah.
You know, you know, it could just be so much more because I'm a wrestling fan. You know, people that know me, you know, I mean, we can go back, baby. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. Please just hire me. I'm trying to tell you. Plates. My man B, he's coming on the show. You know, he's like, you want to talk about some wrestling knowledge? That man right there, my man B. Yeah. But the storylines, please step them up. Cut them down, trim the fat, get to the point. Not the bullshit, you know. More wrestling, less talking. You know. So.
One last thing I want to say, still talking about wrestling. I gotta mention Daniel Bryan. I talked about it a little bit last week because that's when it was just fresh and stuff. I feel like, let's say, just hypothetically, that this dude is injured and he can never come back to wrestling. I think that they should come up with something for this dude to do. He could be a manager. He could be a ref. Give this dude something. Yeah. He's got that chance.
He's doing the Tough Enough thing. He's one of the judges.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So good for him.
Yeah.
I feel like, Tough Enough is sooner or later that's gonna end.
Yeah.
I'm like, this dude. Anytime he's on TV, people are gonna be yelling yes. Give him a job doing something. Make him a general manager.
I was just about to say that. That's what he needs to be. I think personally, please separate Raw and SmackDown again.
Yeah.
Because you're showing the same people every fucking day.
And we all know that Daniel Bryan can be the bad guy if he has to be.
Yeah. I mean, you let him run
4 years.
Let him run SmackDown.
Yeah.
Take SmackDown somewhere, you know what I'm saying? Just as good as Raw. Don't have the integrate bullshit. You have your people over here, you have your people over here.
Yeah.
You know, once in a while you do your Raw versus SmackDown shit, but you need to separate it. Because it's just congested with the same old shit. If I see Kane and Roman Reigns wrestle one more fucking time, I'm gonna bug. I'm sick of this shit, man.
Yeah.
Seriously. You got all these wrestlers. You have all these wrestlers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Put them on TV. You know, all the wrestlers that you guys had, you need 3 shows.
Yeah.
You know, fuck that main event shit. You know, were we talking about bringing back WCW the other day?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
I wish they would do that.
They need to do something, man.
Just
you have Raw, SmackDown, and like WCW.
I wish they could just kill SmackDown. Just get rid of SmackDown. Get rid of the SmackDown name. Come up with Friday night WCW. You can still pull a hole. Which is better, WWE or WCW Edge? People are going to be watching. Get Sting involved with WCW, make him a general manager, or he could be like somebody that's going for a title or something if he still wants to wrestle. You know? Something. And he could be a manager.
You know what? Bring back the television championship, the 6-man championship. I know we said this on the show before, but god damn it, man, you need to do something seriously because right now it's just the storylines are crap. We all know after WrestleMania shit goes, until it's SummerSlam time.
Yeah.
But, yeah, please, do something. Really. True wrestling fans right here. Well, next week. We doing anything special next week? Oh, we're doing something special after the show, aren't we?
Yeah. We got a fast food review coming up. Not gonna want to miss this one.
You are not gonna want to miss this.
Supposed to do it last week, couldn't do it last week. We are doing it today. Can't miss it.
Coming up right after this.
Next week we got the top 10 list that we're gonna be putting out.
Yes.
Whole nother top 10 list.
Yeah.
And one thing that I kind of wanted to ask, people out there watching, send us some comments. What I would like to, I want people to ask us questions about anything. About how we run the show, how we come up with ideas, anything. And maybe we could do a segment where you know, on one of those weeks where we don't really have that bonus video planned, maybe we could do one where we answer these 10 questions.
Right.
And it could be anything, you know. So, you know, it's just something to think about, you know. Send us some questions, you know. You can ask for our advice, whatever, you know, and or you know, say, hey, I want to give a shout out, whatever,
Right.
you know, and maybe we could do something like that.
Because without y'all, there's no us.
Yeah.
Believe that. You know. Well, that's going to conclude the show today. Dustin Banks.
That's right.
Mango Assan.
Yep.
Taco homies, y'all. Till next week.
Yeah.
We out of here.
Taco.